Hey there and welcome to Matt's Garage. Today I'm going to be servicing the rear differential on my 1989 Mercedes 300 CE. So this is a W124 platform car. Should apply directly to all W124s. I'm going to be using this Royal Purple full synthetic 7590 gear lube. And the only other special thing you're going to need is you're going to need a 14mm Allen wrench, which I didn't have, so I made up this. It's just a 14mm bolt with a 14mm nut welded to it, so I can use a 14mm wrench now, put that in the drain plug, in the fill plug, and just take it right out. So that is the plan. I've already got everything cleaned up under there, and we're just going to get under and go after it here. So I just wanted to show you, I'm over here on the driver's side of the car on the left side, and you can see in there just ahead of the axle, hopefully you can see, that is actually the fill plug. There, I think you can see it really good now right in the center of the screen. And you want to take that out first before you take the drain plug out, just in case it's stuck in there and you won't be able to get it out. Now you'll probably have a bit more room to work than me because I have custom exhaust that's a lot more in the way than the factory one was. So it'll be even easier for you, but other than the exhaust, everything is exactly the same on my car. Okay, so here we are under the car, and I like to use a really clean drain pan, so I have this old frying pan just wiped out really good. That way I can see if there's any metal debris or anything in there. Just gonna try tapping that with a hammer. It's a very tight fit in there, and I don't want to strip anything. Just gonna clean around there a bit better. I'm gonna go get a little wire brush. And now what I'm going to do is just take a little oil and soak around the plug. And I'm doing that more to keep the dust from going in there than anything, because I can't quite get it as clean as I'd like. Oh boy, it broke the bolt. I didn't expect that. Okay, so here we go. I fixed my tool. We're going to get it going on again. It's literally just twisting my bolt in half again. Well, here we go with version 3.0, and I'm just going to heat that plug up again before I try it, because I think that'll help. I used a much heavier bolt this time. Oh, come on. Okay, guys, I'm going to go get a breaker bar. There, it gave way. Finally. Okay, I'll switch back to the ratchet. Okay, so we've got our fill plug out. That's step one. Now we want to get our drain plug out, which is on the opposite side. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay guys, this is under the right side of the car. You can see this is the drain plug right there. So I've got the car kind of angled towards it. And we're just going to do the same thing. We'll get it out and we'll get a drain pan under here. So you can see I tried to clean this up the best I could. It was a real ball of grease when I started, but I got it a lot better and put a quick coat of paint on here. Now, one other thing you should do before you start this is take your car for a drive, like maybe a 10 or 15 minute drive, just to heat up the oil in here so it drains out nicer. That wasn't really an option for me because I have the car inside my shop with a couple cars in behind it, so it was just too much trouble to do that. Make sure that's seated in there. Looks like I'm going to need the breaker bar again. There she goes. See, there's a sealant around the threads there, and I think that's part of what makes it so tough to get out. Okay, I'm going to move out from under it before it starts dripping and get my drain pan going on. Ooh, that looks nice. Nice and clean. Very happy. So we'll just let this drip completely out. I'm probably going to leave it a little extra because the oil's cold, so it's not going to drain as good as if I had driven the car a bit. So we'll just leave it for a good hour or so until it stops dripping, and then we'll jack the car up level again and get to filling it, and I'll show you the process I use for that. Okay guys, it's stopped dripping, so we're ready to go back together here. Now you do have to put a thread sealant on these plugs here, and what I've chosen to use is just some petrol tape, some petrol thread tape. So that'll work, and just make sure you wrap it really tight. Don't get too thick with it. So just wipe this. I actually used a wire wheel to clean up the threads because they had that pipe sealant all in them. So just get this started now. There, that should do it. Okay, now I'll show you on the other side how we're going to fill this. Okay, you can see I've brought the car down. I literally put a level on it to make sure it's level, and then just kind of sight it down it so it's at its normal height front to back. And I went ahead and found this clear hose to put on there. So that's how we're going to fill it. We're going to have that bottle up in this area and put that hose in there and just keep filling till it runs back out. It's basically how it goes. Okay guys, well I got about 2/3 of that in there, so now it doesn't quite hold 2 of these, so the idea is I'll put the other full one in, then I'll take it back out and top it up off of this one, and that should give me enough to squeeze the final amount in. Okay guys, you can see I've got it trickling down. I always like to overfill them a bit just to make sure that they're right up there, that it's not just backflowing on me or something. I always make sure I fill them up and then just let them drain back down to level hole and put the plug in, and I'm done. So that's what I did. It took a 1.5 liters, in case you're wondering. So there we go. We're going to jump under there and put that fill plug in, and I'll take some brake clean and clean all the excess oil off so we can make sure nothing's leaking later. I just wanted to take a second and point out that even though I had the back wheels off my car in the video, that was mostly just for demonstration purposes. I actually had the wheels off anyways because I was doing a brake job, and it made it a lot easier to get the camera and the lights in there to show you guys. There is a small advantage to having this left wheel off to see the fill plug, but especially if you just have factory exhaust, you should be able to do it all from under the car. I do hope you found this video helpful and informative. Thanks a lot for watching Matt's Garage. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourself a great day. Actually does taste like grapes.